Everybody, it's Jason Will, real estate broker with Blueprint Realty Company. I wanted to welcome you to another edition of today's home tour. Got Willow here as my sidekick today. She's already been swimming down in the lake, but we're at this vintage, rustic, very, very charming vacation rental on Smith Lake here in Jasper, Alabama. And I've been told that this is one of Rudolph Real Estate's most popular vacation rentals. And I'm thinking for a number of different reasons. I've read through a lot of the 5-star reviews and they're pretty impressive what people have to say about this one. But you know, it's not going to be that grand architectural digest, you know, mansion on the lake, but it's also not going to have that big nightly price tag. You know, looked at the rates this time of year in the off season, it's going to be, you know, right around what you might pay at a Hilton Garden Inn. But the Hilton Garden Inn ain't got nothing on this view behind me. So let's get started. I'm going to take you through this amazing vacation rental and going to do it through the perspective of some of these reviews that I've been reading on the Rudolph Real Estate website. So let's get started. All right, y'all, we're about to go inside. I'm in the carport area, so nice little place to pull your vehicle in, get it out of the elements. You know, you can pull it right up to your access point into the home, which is important to some people. Now, this is an older home, right? So there's going to be a lot of, you know, nostalgic elements to it, but there's also going to be a lot of funky things about it. And so I just got a little giggle when I made my initial little kind of walkthrough of the home to kind of get my bearings, and walking right in here to your primary bath here. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath unit. I just thought that was a little funny, but other than that, it is just, you know, it's got a lot of character inside, and it just goes right in line with all the remarks I was reading on those 5-star reviews I've been telling you about just how cozy it is, how it's absolutely lives up to that kind of vintage title. It's, you know, it's old school, it's rustic, but it's got everything you need. It's got the flat screen TVs, the Wi-Fi, it's got the microwave, you know, all the stuff you're gonna need. You know, it's very well equipped, and it's got a raised ceiling inside. So it makes that kind of small coziness a little more light, a little more bright, a little more airy. So I'm excited to show you the inside. So let's go take a closer look. So cozy space, good natural light, great windows to take in the view, ski boat going by right now. Gosh, there is a lot of activity on the lake for a Wednesday, but like I said, the weather is just too good. I mean, I'm sure some people are just like, I ain't going to work today because it's beautiful here on the lake. But I love the raised ceilings. It just adds more of an openness, adds to or gives the feeling of, you know, additional square footage. Traditional wood burning fireplace is going to be key, especially this time of year. So you can enjoy a fire inside, a fire outside. I really love that. You know, I don't always want to go outside. Let's say, you know, we're dealing with a high wind conditions. You know, it might be a little frosty, you know, at night when it gets down in the 40s, and I might want to come inside, but still bring that cozy fire with me. And again, I'm thinking about this spot. I'm thinking about, like, when I think about this spot, I'm thinking about leaving the kids and everybody at home and just having a romantic weekend. So the fire is going to be awesome. Got everything we need right here to enjoy a good movie or watch some football during the day. So everything you could possibly need. I just love the decor. It just all flows with that kind of rustic vintage theme. So super cool. I really give this one, you know, high marks for the experience that it's going to provide. So you guys need to check it out. Don't forget to read the remarks. I'll have all the links in there that you'll need to book a stay here. So check out those remarks, whether you're seeing this video on social or YouTube. If it's on Facebook, for example, the booking link will be in the comments. If it's on YouTube, check out the description. You'll have all the links there that you could possibly want, plus a link to my store where you can get some Smith Lake gear, because especially if you're coming in from out of town, this is your first Smith Lake experience. I know there's a pretty good chance you're going to fall in love with it like I did, and you're going to want a t-shirt or a coffee mug or something to take back home to show that off. And people be like, what's Smith Lake? And be like, oh, you got to go there, and you got to stay at the vintage cabin in Jasper on Smith Lake. Pretty cool. All right, extremely functional kitchen. It's got everything I could possibly want. We've got microwave, toaster, old school stovetop and oven here. I love this very, very sturdy, solid wooden kitchen island right here. Great for prep, great for socializing while we're cooking meals here in the kitchen. Cute little breakfast table here, but as I said, especially during this time of year, with that breeze and these cool temperatures, I'm going to be on that porch having my coffee, my breakfast, my dinner. What else can I point out? Oh, coffee. Coffee is really important when you're on vacation. So you've got the traditional coffee pot here. You want to make a pot? We stick to when we can, and we're looking for that specific remarks. Does it have a Keurig? Do we need to, bring coffee filters and all that for a traditional pot? So some people just prefer old school pot of coffee, and some people are like us and they just want to pop the cartridge in there and immediately get that coffee so you can go out there and take in that beautiful scenery and weather. There was a lot of discussion in those 5-star reviews about, how charming, how nostalgic, how vintage, how old school, how rustic this cabin is, but it's got all the modern stuff that you could possibly want. I can't think of anything that I would need that I don't see here in the kitchen, like ready to use. So that's awesome. All right, just being real for a second, it's the little things, especially with a small vacation rental like this. If it was 2, 3, 4,000 square feet, like some of the other ones that we've showcased in the past and that we'll obviously be doing in the future, there's just a lot to point out. And so you don't have time to really get super detailed and focus on the more minute characteristics of the property. But I just love these these button switches. They're all throughout, and they're just so fun and so cool. I just love it. What you think? This is a nice touch right here. It's always good to add unique features to the vacation rental. It's just going to make the experience more memorable, and that's what we want, right? From a property management perspective, especially, is we want this vacation to be as memorable as possible, so we get the repeat business. And this would be something that I would just enjoy, like, oh yeah, remember the place with the cowhide bar stools? Man, that place was awesome. All right, let me give you the lay of the land as it relates to the sleeping arrangements inside the cabin. Right here, this door right to my left right here, that is your full bath. Behind the camera is the smaller of the 2 guest suites. This is more of your primary one. It's got the king size bed. Across the hall, you've got more, looks like a queen size bed. So I don't know about y'all, but I know my wife and probably a lot of other ladies out there are pretty particular about their sleeping arrangements. And so it's not a deal breaker for us when we're looking for a vacation rental, but we do really, really appreciate a king size bed. And so I know probably a lot of y'all out there do as well. But if you got little ones here, they don't have far to go if they want to use the restroom in the middle of the night or if they need mom and dad. So again, that cozy feel that was very much appreciated in those 5-star reviews, you can kind of see why. It's just easy, right? A lot of folks, when they come on vacation, they're not looking for complicated. They don't need a lot of space. They're looking to simplify things. And this vacation rental certainly checks those boxes. So vintage, right, feel with modern amenities, some modern amenities, like this Nest heating and cooling thermostat. Oh, hey, there you guys are. I was just checking out the shower. And speaking of cozy, this is a cozy, very cozy stand-up shower. Not a whole lot of room in here, but enough room to do all the things you need to do and get all your parts. Some of the ladies might have to get creative when they're shaving their legs, like prop a leg up here to get the back of the calf here or whatever. But I didn't see anything in the remarks about the size of the shower. No gripes about the bathroom. I think people just appreciated the property overall, right? This is about just being grateful for the time together in a beautiful place. And you're really not concerned about having a spa experience in the bathroom. At least I know we wouldn't be. Of course, we're going to rent other properties where we're looking for that kind of more luxury experience, but this is not about that, right? This is about enjoying our time together, you know, having a romantic weekend and just getting away from kids and putting all the stuff of the grind, the daily grind behind us, and just having a really, really good time. All right, so slight correction. I just opened this door. There was an extra key. I just assumed, and that's my fault for assuming. I just made an ass out of myself, right? But here's a whole nother full bathroom / laundry room out here. I just, you know, it just really looked like a storage area. But I just checked it out just to make sure we weren't missing anything. And yeah, here's another additional bath. This is going to be pretty cool if you do bring your kids with you and they're all wet and stuff and they need to use the bathroom. They don't have to go inside to use the restroom. They can just come right here and use it. I know that we appreciate having a washer and dryer when we're on vacation so that we don't have to pack heavy, but we also don't have to go home with a couple loads or a load of dirty laundry. So loving this space right here. So just want to make sure I got this in, and thank goodness that I opened this door or we would have totally missed that. And Brittany Rudolph probably would have gotten pretty mad at me. But so technically 2 baths, 2 beds. One of them is just off the carport, which I'm in right now, but let me hush up and I'll give you a quick little video tour of this space and then we'll keep on going. It is an incredibly beautiful October day here on Smith Lake. Not a cloud in the sky. The water's absolutely stunning. I love, you know, the low tide season. Willow loves it too for access to the lake. But I wanted to showcase this outdoor living space. Obviously, that's something that I'm going to be focused on as a vacation rental customer myself. And this has everything that I would need for a quick little getaway, a romantic getaway with the wife. I've got my Weber grill, big fan of Weber grills. I've got my outdoor table here. I've got this umbrella that I can open up if I need to. But this time of year, this is the amenity I'm focused on. These 2 very solid Adirondack chairs, chimenea, fire pit. It's going to be a great place to cozy up by the fire, enjoy a nice glass of wine or a cocktail as the sun's going down. Just a beautiful, beautiful setting right here on location. All right, this is a spacious porch overlooking the lake. Got everything I could possibly need per the reviews. Like I mentioned, folks have a great time out here playing board games and socializing, you know, with the family. But it's a great place to eat your meals on, especially on days like this where we just got this cool breeze coming through. We've got some thick foliage here on this side of the property, which makes it extremely private. Lots of great space, but this is an ideal place to, you know, kind of chill with your morning cup of coffee and just take in the sights, the sounds, the beauty of Smith Lake. Yeah, so just picture yourself right here. Just kick back, relaxing. Again, the breeze is just flowing through the patio. But man, what a place. Is there a better place like on planet Earth if you're a reader to sit here and just get lost in a great book? All right, so we're on the lakeside here, and obviously you can see behind me, I don't have to really go into great detail about how fantastic this view is, but I'm going back to the reviews, the remarks of the folks that have stayed here and absolutely loved it. And another common theme that I'm reading is that people love the easy access to the lake. Now that should come to no surprise to those of you who have been, you know, following along as we've been building this channel. I try to mention this as often as possible about how important it is to have an easy grading down to the water. Now, one of the remarks I read was, this adds a kid-friendly nature to this, right? Some of these houses are big and grand and sit up atop these, high elevation locations, and that can mean a steep fall. That can mean a pretty substantial tumble down some stairs, a lot of stairs down to the lake. But, lots of people have aches, pains, they're not as young as they used to be. I mean, look at all this white hair. I'm telling you, just a few years ago, this whole beard was just dark, and it just keeps getting more and more white as the days go by. But you just want to, take an easy stroll down to the lake, bring the cooler, bring the stereo, bring all the things you're going to need for the day. Most of us don't want to have to go through, this big, great workout, like burn 500 calories taking the stuff down to the lake. So I've heard a lot about just the ease of the access, which is, just incredibly important to most people out there that are looking for a vacation rental. Now, some people love that high elevation because they just want that view. They may not be as eager to get out in the lake and spend time, in the water. They may be renting it just for the view. But most folks, including myself, are going to want to spend time in and on that water. That's why we're here, and we don't want to have to go to a lot of trouble to get to it. And of course, as you can see, no problem here. All right, y'all, we've got a small boat ramp here leading into the lake. You're probably not going to bring jet skis or, a boat to launch here, and it's really not set up for that. We're really close to Duskin Point Marina, where you can rent all the things that you would want if you want to get out and spend the day on the lake, which I would highly recommend. But just getting back to the whole kids and dogs, theme, being it kid-friendly, pet-friendly. Now, I'm not sure if this rental is pet-friendly, so I don't want to speak out of turn. But if it is pet-friendly, you can see the dogs, especially water dogs, and this is probably the first lake bulldog, English bulldog you've ever seen. But I mainly am focused on kids. This offers them a way to ease into the lake. Now, they're going to need some water shoes because there are rocks and it can get slippery. But I know kids, the lake can be scary. So they probably would prefer to kind of ease in, maybe get, ankle deep and then kind of ease in a little bit more down to their knees before they go to the dock and, practice their dives, right? So that's pretty cool. And as you can see, everybody's still out here enjoying this weather. This extended warmer weather into fall has really been nice. We've had several days of just nonstop sunshine. So I just can't imagine a better place to be than right here. It's incredible. Gosh, I love it. All right, let's keep going. For me, this is kind of an ideal size dock. I don't think you're going to need much more space than this to really, have a really nice weekend here on Smith Lake. It's got room to tie up your pontoon boat if you rent it for the weekend. You're just going to want to, secure it well and make sure you've got the bumpers strategically in place so that it doesn't do any damage to the vessel and you don't lose your security deposit. But a pretty nice sized boat's just gone by, and you can see it's taking the waves really well. We just have a kind of slow, leisurely rock to it. Plenty of shade down here on the dock. You've got this table here. It is one piece, so it's really, really sturdy. But this is an easy dock. You got a really nice ladder to get in and out of the water. So it's a great place for kids, to jump in the water, practice their cannonballs, practice their dives. Great place to put a lily pad out here and just float. You've got this kind of protected water area here. You're not going to have boats whizzing by really, really close, as you can probably saw from that boat traveling out there. It was, great distance on the other side of the lake. So I love that. You've just got this little bitty kind of nook in here where you can have a little waterfront oasis. Great for floating, great great for socializing, and just great for kids. I just want to thank you guys for watching the video, especially all the way to the end. I've mentioned this probably not as much as I should, but when you watch to the end, that watch time is really crucial to getting this video or allowing it to have kind of that maximum exposure to reach as many people as possible. So when you watch to the end, it's such a small gift to me and to Rudolph Realty Company, to Blueprint Realty Company, and all of our associates and all the people behind the scenes that make all this stuff kind of come together, if you will. But we're signing off here. I wanted just to give you another shot of this lake. If somebody out there enjoying the pontoon boat, maybe I can click my heels and find myself in that boat. Gosh, that's where I want to be. Can you tell? That's the best seat in the house right there. But sadly, I got to get back to work. But hey, I hope that I have piqued your interest on this property, and you're going to do some investigating. You're going to look at the rental link, check out the available dates, maybe check out some more properties that the Rudolphs have for rent here on Smith Lake. They've got some really, really nice ones, and it certainly would mean a lot to me if you ended up booking a place, especially if this video was the catalyst for that. And heck, even mentioned to Brittany or her husband that this video was a big part of you vacationing on Smith Lake and selecting one of their prime vacation rentals. As I've said probably too often during the shooting of this video, I love just the charm of this one. It just takes me back to my childhood and some really fond memories that I had of vacationing on the water as a kid. And this is such a special place. It's got everything that I would be looking for. It's got great parking. It's got a great view. It's got this rustic feel to it, which is awesome. It's got a private setting. It's got a slow, easy grade down to the lake. It's got a really nice boat dock, as functional as I would need it to be. We're close to Duskin Point, where I can go rent a boat if I want to for the weekend or for the week while I'm here. Close to Jasper, easy commute off of the interstate. You're going to be coming off I-22. So that's going to be ideal for folks, coming up from Birmingham or coming over from Mississippi. So it's easy to get to, right? And then just the charm and the old school appeal of the property. I just couldn't ask for a better kind of vacation retreat. And so this place is going to go on my list. I know I'm going to go home and talk about this one over dinner tonight because I've really enjoyed this, and I can really see us enjoying a romantic getaway here on Smith Lake in Jasper, Alabama. All right, so you come here, you stay, you fall in love with Smith Lake. I want you to go to my website, smithlakeactivelistings.com. I hope I got that right. You're going to get some clarification. There's going to be something that pops up on the screen with the exact address. And then my cell phone number back here is 251-583-9728. Call me, text me direct, ask me a bunch of questions, no matter how big or how small. I love answering questions, especially about Smith Lake. So smithlakeactivelistings.com, and then cell phone number 251-583-9728. Again, thank you guys for watching to the end, and we'll see you on the next episode real soon.